Good morning, Fast Laners. On today, May 10th, our Thursday morning training, we're going to talk about our schedules, our niches, and a book report. For our schedules and doing our live videos, and whether you're catching this real-time live with me or you're watching it in the replay with me, I'm talking to you specifically so that we can make a plan of action, like we said last week, that a passion without a plan is only a hobby, so that we can take our business with our Color Me Beautiful brands and level it up from hobby to business plan, making a schedule for our live videos. Good morning, Shirley, is the most important part. Good morning, Peggy and Marie and Marion. Thank you. And if any of you pop on and you catch this live or in the replay and you are a first-time watcher, because we have accepted a few new faces into the Fast Lane group, please put into the comments below first-time watcher, and we will be sure to celebrate that with you. So for our schedules in our business, there are many different things that we can do that apply to our business. We've talked about money-making activities and non-money-making activities. And with our live videos, which is specifically why you and I get together to talk about live videos, the schedule is equally important to the success of our business. Let me move this down just a tiny bit. Making a little adjustment here this morning. Good morning from the East Coast, says Marion. That's awesome. And of course, I'm coming to you all from Troy, Missouri. So we're in the heart of the Midwest. I'm about 45 minutes from downtown St. Louis, but I live on a farm. And this morning we actually have like a construction guy here. There's somebody that's walking around the perimeter of my home, and he's looking at like the soffit and the fascia of the house because some of it needs to be replaced so our gutters can be rehung. So that's some of the fun that's happening out here this morning. But we had to schedule that. We had to schedule that event. He had to schedule that for his business, and for him to take himself seriously, he set up a time and he made an appointment. The same thing will happen with you when you do your live videos for your clients and customers. You're going to schedule that. You'll make the announcement. You can consider it an appointment between you and your viewers so that they know what to expect. They can view you as a professional. They can view you as an expert in your field, and that's no different than the man that's giving an estimate on my house right now or any other appointment that you would schedule with a business person. So our schedules are extremely important. The next question might be from you is, but I don't know when, Lauren. I get that scheduling is important, but when do I schedule my live? And it has to work for your schedule first. That is the most important part of this. Because it's on demand, and because when you do a live video on Facebook, it's immediately stored and housed in Facebook. So I do this, like right now, for example, I'm doing this live video on my phone, and when I'm all done, it'll say, choose to upload the video, choose to save it and upload it, and then I click on the face of my phone to say, yes, I'll upload this video. You can also go back to your page and you can delete a post, but I would almost never, ever suggest that unless something horribly tragic happened during your live. Part of the nuance of a live video is that it's live and that something can go wrong or something can go right or something can be funny or something can be authentic, and people can tell that you're really live and you're a real human and that this is what your personality is like. So scheduling that according to your personal schedule is paramount to success. So if you said, well, I think I have about 30 minutes on Saturday mornings that I could isolate myself and totally dedicate to this live. And what I mean by that is just make sure that you don't have distractions, that with the planning and the preparation that you have done, and like I write things on Post-it notes and I put them on these, I have these easel mirrors. I'll just let you guys take a look at this. Okay, so there's my window. This is a mirror that I'm holding, and you can see the camera. And you can see all my cords, and you can see I've got box light there, and I've got a box light there, and then I'm in front of the window. But then you can also see here at my table where I keep like notepads and my drink, and then my color, my products, and I have these easel mirrors here to help me with this. isolate yourself so that you can dedicate some space. And some of you be like, I do not have a special space in my home to do a live video. So then my next question for you would be, do you have a window? And do you have a small table like a TV tray, which is so helpful? Or can you sit like just on a chair next to a table with like a table to your right or to your left so that you can put your items or your products on there? And the beautiful part about a Post-it note is that a Post-it note will stick to any surface. I have actually done videos in other locations, not just in the studio, and these mirrors, these acrylic black really thin mirrors, I have taped to a window, like to a window frame before, so that I would have that reflection so I could see what I was doing if it was a visual impact, so that I could see what I was doing, or so that I could make sure that I have the smile on my face, because sometimes it's really helpful to see what you're doing, for the same reason why you'd have a mirror on your desk when you're making phone calls. It just helps with the sound. Hi, Shirley. And then, hi, Barb. Thank you so much for watching. So scheduling your lives, making sure that you have somewhat of a space or an area that you can set up. Hi, Beth. Hi, Nancy. A space or an area that you can set up and dedicate to your live videos. And this can be very small. Like I said, it can be a TV tray. It can be your breakfast table, whatever it is, so that even other people in your household, like your partners, your children, your family, whatever it is, you could say, hey, just give me these 30 minutes. I'm going to go live. Or have them join you, because that always makes a fun live. My children have been in some of the live videos that I've done, and people always enjoy that. It's really fun. So when you have your schedule set up according to you, so there's the time that you can do it, there's the place that you can do it, and now you know that you're going to use your Facebook Live. The best part about this is when you're finished with a Facebook Live video and you love it, like you rock it, you love what you said, you loved how you looked, then you can download that video to your device, to your computer, and then re-upload in other locations like YouTube. So it can be repurposed. Also, if you create amazing content and you're like, oh my gosh, I want everyone to see that, you can actually repurpose it later and use the link, copy the link to that video and put it in a post later to reactivate it, or specifically share it to people in private messages. Like, let's say there's a client that joins you like in a few months, but you're like, oh, she really needs to see the video I did on the topic of selecting a foundation. Because she's new as a client, I'm going to forward her this video and continue to repurpose all of the amazing content that you've created so that you're always moving forward and never feeling like you're having to fall back and do the same work over and over and over again. This is why it is enormously advantageous for you to start like at the top of a customer experience. Like, good morning, Beth. Good morning, Richard. What is, and put this in the comments below because I'm talking to you, what is the very first thing that you do with a new client? And now I'm asking you, put that in the comments below. What is the very first thing that you do with a new client? Put that in the comments below. Beth says that she has started linking her Facebook videos to her website. Yes, Beth, that's brilliant. You can drive traffic to your website that way. You can equally drive traffic to your Facebook platform so that people would have the opportunity to engage in your live videos live with you, or then find out that you've been doing this really for quite some time and see other kinds of testimonials. So that is a really great way for you to activate your clients and for them to see you as an authority in your space. So what is the very first thing that you guys do when you work with a client? And you can put that in the comments below, and we are going to talk about the steps or the flow for using that for creating some of your content. The next piece that we're going to share with today is finding out our niche. And I had this really fun idea, but I had trouble finding this. So I want to get to that. Hold on. Shirley says, client needs assessment. So what are they looking for? Makeup, color, or skincare. Okay, great. So Shirley, what you could do is a live video, and you could call this step 1, or you could call it, welcome to something, or, whatever the name of the way you title your business. You could say, so you've so you're my client, or so you want to be my client. Step one is this assessment. And then you could actually do a live video with either an existing client who's a great sport and you're like, hey, can we just go back in and pretend like I'm doing this with you new for the first time and kind of get her reactions? Or you could just walk through it yourself, or you could walk through it with an actual new client who's also a fantastic sport and is willing to do that. So that you have filmed live, you and one other person doing an actual assessment and be like, this is what this would be like for you, so that you demystify the process and they know what to expect. And then you can repurpose it in that way. Show your future new clients and your other new clients what the assessment looks like. That's an example of how you can get started. So you do that one. Then if you felt like there was a logical transition from the client's assessment to the next step, whether that be makeup, color, skincare, whatever, all of them really, then those are your next 3 videos. But really, I think you could dissect makeup into like a lot of different sections, and I think you could dissect skincare into a lot of different sections. And so right away, if you just wanted to create like a flow chart, like, entry-level client, so we're going to do the initial assessment or the color analysis, or whatever, or maybe color analysis is over here, and you just start a flow of a client's experience with you. That's the fuel for your videos. That's the content you're going to create for your videos. That's your plan. And you're doing all of that according to your schedule. Do you see how beautiful that is? So I see some of you like really stepping out there. I've seen more live videos and I'm so excited about it. We talk a lot about eye contact and voice and the quality lighting and the quality audio and the quality angles. Like, you guys get that. You're practicing that. Now we just need stellar content so that you can be an amazing authority in your space and rock your business. Can I get a heck yes? If this is what you want to do, I want to rock my business, Lauren. Give me a heck yes down below. Okay, awesome. Shirley loves it. Thank you, Shirley. So for your niches, once you start to really hash out what it is that your client experience and flow is like, you can pepper inside those videos or among them. Like, very strategically have like, this is how I analyze your makeup, or this is how we discover a foundation, or this is how you pick a concealer. Like, there's really about 30 different videos you can come up with there, and just really be specific, okay? But if you want to cater, and you should, heck yes, says Nicole, if you want to cater your information for a specific age group or a specific style of client, then the way you can do that is with props. And I want to talk to you about niching with props. So the idea that came to me yesterday, and here's the problem with this, like, I tried to find a cassette tape. I have them in this house. I just don't know where they are anymore. They're here somewhere. Okay, so let's pretend that this is a cassette tape. Okay, so like I'm holding, let's see, I had like a beige. Some of you are going to laugh at this. I'm dating myself. This is on purpose. This is how you discover your niche, okay? From 1985, I had a beige cassette tape of Wham! Make It Big. Or was it Wham! Hit It Big or something like that? Whatever the album name was. Oh my gosh. I loved that. I listened to it again and again and again and again. My mom had like this hip Walkman. She wore literally like a fanny pack, which is making a surprising resurgence. She had a fanny pack and she had like this Walkman, and so I would listen to this cassette tape on my mother's Walkman. But if you held up a cassette tape and a pencil, now all of you know how to use Canva now. Shirley did an amazing job teaching you how to use Canva. So if you took a picture of yourself holding a cassette tape and a pencil, and you were like, if you know why these two are good friends, you need to see this video about anti-aging. So that is niching down. It's specifically speaking to people who would make like a mixtape with a cassette tape and a pencil, and they know the correlation between the two. So I know that most of you were like, okay, yeah, I totally get it. But your brains also just exploded because some of you were like, oh, well, what about this niche-y thing from the 70s, or this niche-y thing from the 80s, or the early 80s, or the mid 80s, or the late 80s, or the, early 70s, or whatever it is. And I want you guys to put those in the comments below. What is your niche-y thing? Wham was the best. I love it still. What is the niche-y thing that you could do? So I have actually seen one where people like hold up shoes. Do you guys remember those hideous black foam wedge shoes that had like that neoprene top to it? And you know, we actually wore those as humans, and we actually probably thought they looked amazing at one point. Okay, I've actually seen one thing where like the person holds up the shoe, and this is my actual shoe. This is not, although at some point we're going to be like, oh my God, can you believe she wore that shoe? So if you hold up like an old shoe that is clearly dated, like it's an old thing, or if you held up like a macrame belt from the 70s and you were like, if you wore this around your waist and thought it looked great, you need to see my video on updating your wardrobe. Okay, are you guys getting that? So that would speak to a very specific age group, a very specific time period, a very specific style, a very specific customer, and they might think it's funny, and they might think it's entertaining, and then they'd be like, oh my God, I did wear that. I might have to listen to what she says, okay? Or hold up like the funny shoe that looks something and be like, if this was your favorite shoe in high school, or if this was your favorite shoe as a new mom, or whatever, then you might need to see what I got to say, okay? If you, oh, I know what you could do. You could take another one where you have like your pencil eyeliner and a lighter. If you know why pencil eyeliners were used with lighters, then you need to see my updated makeup tutorial. Are you guys getting it? Who's getting it? I just need some feedback. I need to know that you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm trying to help you niche, give you content ideas, help you find your target audience, but also have a lot of fun in the process as we develop our business, the passion for our business, create the plan and the schedule for our business. Nicole gives me a thumbs up. Okay, put in the comments below your niche ideas, okay? What's another thing that we can do? Of course, now I'm coming up with these ideas and I am not anywhere near like, oh, well here, this is kind of fun. Because I don't think this happens very much anymore. Although this is really small. This is like a 5-star notebook, okay? If you took notes in college on one of these, it's time for a wardrobe update, or whatever like that. You guys hear what I'm saying? So Barb says, great info. Awesome. Put your niche ideas down below. What is an item that you're going to hold up? And you can take a picture of yourself first to announce it. Like this is the graphic that you make to announce that you're going to go live at such and such date and such time. And, like you're holding the item and you're like, take a look at this. If this is you, join me live on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. You get that? Please tell me those are things are making connections. And put your niche ideas in the comments below. Okay, so then with that, you should have lots of fantastic fuel. And I got the word fuel for your content ideas as we develop our endurance for our business, as we develop our endurance for our live videos, as we focus on our why. Remember the very first video we ever did, we focused on our financial why. We focused on our time-bound why, and we focused on the legacy that we want to leave on this world in our business. We want to be known for these things in our business, and I've said that several times. So I have been to a conference earlier in March, and I met this really amazing speaker who's also a published author, like most speakers are, and I did pick up his book and his workbook, and I want to share this with you. So this book is called Known. Okay, and it's the handbook for building and unleashing your personal brand in the digital age. And I know that that's backwards, but it's by Mark Schaefer. And I saw him give the presentation at Social Media Marketing World this year. And he kind of talked about this book, but I've since listened to some of his podcasts. I've read his blogs. I follow him on Twitter. He's a really great person to be connected with. And this book, which I don't know if anybody still does this. Like, if this is how you still take notes, you should probably watch a new makeup tutorial. And then it also has, you can get the companion workbook where you can really like write down and hash out your ideas. Let's see. Marie, looks like you're having some difficulty with your connection. It says, is anybody else having difficulty with the volume, as I'm only getting every other sentence? On my end, I don't have any notifications on my screen that I'm having trouble broadcasting or that my connection is weak. So typically what happens there is that it is a problem with the internet connection or the cell service on whatever device it is that you're watching. Sometimes if you leave the broadcast and then come back in, it helps. Or sometimes it could be that the playback will be easier here. So Nicole's not having a problem, Marion's not having a problem, and Shirley says, classic black liner and a lighter to make it soft. You need to have a makeup update. Yeah, right. So if you used your eyeliner with a lighter, you need a makeup update. Watch my video on how to put eyeliner on. Thanks. You're welcome, Marie. Yeah, so that's an example of a niche idea or a content idea. Okay, so for this book, Known, I just want to recommend it. In here, he talks about, and I mentioned some of this already, I've used a few of the things that are in this book, specifically with regard to a place and a space, and I do like underline and I highlight and I do all those things in books. So if you like holding an actual book and if you like taking notes, if you like reading, I recommend that for those of you that are looking to build your personal brand in your business. If you're looking for that kind of personal development, some of you are probably like me and you're like, I have no time to read a book, but when I drive my children to their athletic practices, sometimes I sit in the car and I use that time to do those things, or I listen to it on an audiobook. And so I actually have that one downloaded in audiobook and the hard book so that I can like go back in and take notes and reference certain sections. So highly recommend for you, because in this particular world, or in the fast lane, our focus is on creating and developing our business building activities, our money-making activities by being known in the Facebook Live arena so that we can repurpose those videos also for our clients and our customers. But then, as I mentioned today, we can also use those again in sections. You know, you can edit them and you can put them in smaller sections on Instagram, or you can edit them and put them in smaller sections on Twitter, or you can edit them and put them in smaller sections if you want on YouTube, or just whole on YouTube. And you can also pin them. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but so I'm just giving you all kinds of great ideas. Our focus is on creating amazing Facebook Lives. What you choose to do with them beyond that is all gravy, okay? So we talked about our schedule, the importance of our schedule. We talked about how to develop a niche in some fun ways using props, and I really look forward to seeing more of those comments down below. And then I wanted to share with you my recommendation of the book Known by Mark W. Schaefer as you develop your personal brand in the digital age. So if you guys have any questions or comments, certainly put those in the feed below here for this video. And I really enjoyed our time this morning. This was super fun. I do love this stuff. And for those of you that are out there just rocking it, don't stop. It looks amazing. You are making a great mark for yourself. You're making an amazing mark for Color Me Beautiful brands with your flory faces and your Color Me Beautiful faces and your color analysis. Tammy, you're welcome. You are so welcome. And if you're a first-time watcher, make sure that you put onto this feed that you are a first-time watcher. And welcome to the month of May. You guys go out there and get them. Have a great day.